Good morning. Welcome to my channel again for your daily dose of Bible reading. Today we're going to be in Genesis chapter 6 through 9. When mankind began to multiply on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of mankind were beautiful, and they took any they choose as wives for themselves. And the Lord said, My spirit will not remain with mankind forever, because they are corrupt. There will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth both in those days and afterward. When the sons of God came to the daughters of mankind, who bore children to them, they were the powerful men of old, the famous men. When the Lord saw that the men's wickedness was widespread on the earth, and that every scheme his mind thought of was nothing but evil at the time, the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. Then the Lord said, I will wipe off from the face of the earth mankind, whom I created, together with the animals, creatures that crawl, and birds of the sky, for I regret that I made them. Noah, however, found favor in the sight of the Lord. These are the family records of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among his contemporaries. Noah walked with God, and Noah fathered 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with wickedness. God saw how corrupt the earth was, for every creature had corrupted its way on the earth. Then God said to Noah, I have decided to put an end to every creature, for the earth is filled with wickedness because of them. Therefore I am going to destroy them along with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it with pitch inside and outside. This is how you are going to make it. The ark will be 450 feet long, 70 feet wide, and 45 feet high. You are to make a roof, finishing the sides of the ark to within 18 inches of the roof. You are to put a door on the side of the ark, make it with lower, middle, and upper decks. I understand that I am bringing a flood waters on the earth to destroy every creature under heaven with the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will die, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you'll enter the ark with your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives. You are also to bring into the ark 2 of all the living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of everything, from the birds according to their kinds, from the livestock according to their kinds, and from the animals that crawl on the ground according to their kinds, will come to you so that you can keep them alive. Take with you every kind of food that is eaten. Gather it as food for you and them. And Noah did this. He did everything that God commanded him. Then the Lord said to Noah, Enter the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you alone are righteous before me in this generation. You are to take with you 7 pairs, a male and female, of all the clean animals, and 2 of the animals that are not clean, and a male and female. And 7 pairs, male and female, of the birds of the sky, in order to keep offspring alive on the face of the whole earth. 7 days from now I will make it rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights. I will wipe off from the face of the earth every living thing I have made. And Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came and the waters covered the earth. So Noah, his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives entered the ark because of the waters of the flood. From the clean animals, unclean animals, birds, and every creature that crawls on the ground. 2 of each, male and female, entered the ark with Noah, just as God had commanded him. 7 days later, the waters of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day all the sources of the watery depths burst open. The floodgates of the sky were opened, and the rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Noah, along with his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's wife and his 3 sons' wives entered the ark with him. They entered it with all the wildlife according to their kind, all livestock according to their kindness, the creatures that crawl on the earth according to their kindness, all birds and every fowl, and everything with wings according to their kinds. Two of all flesh that has the breath of life in it entered the ark with Noah. Those that entered, male and female of all flesh, entered just as God had commanded him. Then the Lord shut him in. The flood continued for days on the earth. The waters increased and lifted up the ark so that it rose above the earth. The waters surged and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. Then the water surged even higher on the earth, and all the mountains under the whole sky were covered. The mountains were covered as the water surged above them more than 20 feet. Every creature perished, those that crawl on the earth, birds, livestock, wildlife, and those that swarm on the earth, as well as all mankind. Everything with the breath of life, breath of the spirit of life in its nostrils, everything on dry land died. He wiped out every living thing that was on the surface of the ground, from mankind to livestock to creatures that crawl to the birds of the sky, and they were wiped off the earth. Only Noah was left, and those that were with him in the ark, and the waters surged on the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. God remembered Noah, as well as the wildlife and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. God caused a wind to pass over the earth, and the water began to subside. The sources of the watery death and the floodgates of the sky were closed, and the rain from the sky stopped. The water steadily receded from the earth, and by the end of 150 days, the waters were decreased significantly. The ark came to rest in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the mountain of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the top of the mountains were visible. After 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he made, and he sent out a raven. It went back and forth until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see whether the water on the surface had gone down. But the dove found no resting place for her foot. She returned to him in the dark, because water covered the surface of the whole earth. He reached out and brought her into the ark to himself. So Noah waited 7 more days and sent out the dove from the ark again. When the dove came to him at evening, there was a plucked olive leaf in her beak. So Noah knew that the water on the earth's surface had gone down. After he waited another 7 days, he sent out the dove, but she did not return to him again. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st day of the month, the water had covered the earth, was dried up. Then Noah removed the ark's cover and saw the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. The Lord God spoke to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out all the living creatures that are with you, birds, livestock, and those that crawl on the ground. And they will spread over the earth, and will be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah, along with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, came out. All wildlife, all livestock, every creature, and every bird that crawls on the earth came out of the ark by their groups. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord. He took some of every kind of clean animal and every kind of clean bird and offered the burnt offering on the altar. When the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, he said to himself, "I will never again curse the ground because of man. Even though man's inclination is evil from his youth, I will never again strike down every living thing as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night will not cease." Last chapter in Genesis, chapter 9. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear and terror of you will be in every living creature on the earth, every bird of the sky, every creature that crawls on the ground, and all the fish of the sea. They are placed under authority. Every living creature will be food for you. As I gave the green plants, I have given you everything. However, you must not eat meat with its lifeblood in it. I will require the life of every animal and every man for your life and your blood. I will require the life of every man's brother for a man's life. Whoever sheds man's blood, his blood will be shed by man. For God made him in his image. But you be fruitful and multiply, spread out over the earth and multiply on it." Then God said to Noah and his sons with him, "Understand that I am confirming my covenant with you and your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, livestock, and all wildlife of the earth that are with you. All the animals of the earth came out of the ark. I confirm my covenant with you, that never again will every creature be wiped out of the waters of the flood. There will never be again a flood to destroy the earth." And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant I make between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all future generations. I have placed my bow in every cloud, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I form clouds over the earth, and a bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all the living creatures. Water will never again become a flood to destroy every creature. The bow will be in the clouds, and I will look at and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all the living creatures on the earth." God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant that I have confirmed between me and every creature on earth." Noah's sons who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were Noah's sons, and from the whole earth was populated. Noah, a man of the soil, was the first to plant a vineyard. He drank some of the wine, became drunk, and uncovered himself inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a cloak and placed it over both their shoulders and walked backwards. They covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father naked. When Noah awoke from his drinking and learned what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Canaan will be cursed. He will be the lowest of slaves to his brothers." He also said, "Praise the Lord, the God of Shem. Canaan will be his slave." God will extend Japheth. He will dwell in the tents of Shem. Canaan will be his slave. Noah lived 350 years after the flood, so Noah's life lasted 950 years, and then he died. That is the completion of Genesis. Now we'll be turning over to Psalms. And we're going to read chapter 3. Lord, how my foes increase. There are many who attack me. Many say about me, there is no help from him in God. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory and the one who lifts up my head. I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I am not afraid of the thousands of people who have taken their stand against me on every side. Rise up, Lord. Save me, Lord. You strike all my enemies on their cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs to the Lord. May your blessings be on your people. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to my channel. Please like and subscribe, and leave any comments below if you like. Signing off.